What's up, you beautiful people? I'm your host, The Danger Dave, and at DC Fandom, the brand new Batman game, Gotham Knights, was revealed. We had a cinematic trailer, as well as some gameplay shown off, and I scoured absolutely every inch of the internet and collected all of the juicy details that I could possibly find. As well, I'll be adding my own speculations to this video, so kick back, relax, and grab a snack and a drink because we have plenty to talk about. So, Gotham Knights is being created by WB Montreal, and the story is that the Batman has allegedly died. He blew up Wayne Manor and destroyed the Batcave, and sent a message to every member of the Bat family that if they're watching this, then he's dead, and this is Code Black. And he informs them that it's going to be up to them to protect Gotham, because it's not going to take very long for the criminals of Gotham to realize that the Batman is no more. And in the comics, every time Batman allegedly dies or disappears, that's the Gotham's criminals' cue to rain as much havoc and chaos as they possibly can. A good example of this is the Battle for the Cowl. Because in that book, Batman allegedly died, and all the criminals have just flooded Gotham, and the crime rate is just through the roof. Because they fear Batman, but the Bat family, not so much. So it's sort of, since the cat is away, the mice will play. And the main villain for Gotham Knights is the Court of Owls. And a Court of Owls game has been rumored for quite some time now. In fact, the last time I heard of a Court of Owls game was sometime last year. I heard it was going to be a sequel to Arkham Origins around year 3 Batman, and he's training Dick Grayson as Robin. And the Court of Owls see Batman as a threat to their organization and want to kill him, because of course they do. After that, we also had the rumors of it was going to be a Damian Wayne Batman game with the Bat Cycle, and after that, it was just kind of a flood of other rumors here and there until the reveal of Gotham Knights. And real quick, some just quick lore about the Court of Owls. The Court of Owls made their comic book debut in the New 52. And they are a super secret organization that have ruled Gotham from the shadows for decades. In fact, a young Bruce Wayne, when he was still honing his detective skills, investigated them because he believed that they were responsible for the death of his parents. And so he investigated them. And he came to the conclusion that they didn't exist, that they were just a myth. But the Court of Owls are indeed real, and you should definitely go read the Court of Owls story arc, because it is fantastic. I highly recommend it. So the 4 main playable characters of the Bat family is going to be Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, and the Red Hood. And I will show their character bios on the screen right now. So, Batman will be voiced by Roger Craig Smith, returning into the role. The Red Hood is going to be voiced by Stephen O. Young. He voiced Mr. Negative in Spider-Man PS4. Nightwing is going to be voiced by Christopher Sean. Batgirl is being voiced by America Young. Robin is being voiced by Sloan Morgan. And Gildred Jackson is going to be Alfred. The game is going to be an open-world, third-person action RPG. And Batman also mentions that the Gotham Police Department no longer trusts them after the death of Jim Gordon. And how Jim Gordon died, I don't exactly know. I couldn't find any concrete evidence. However, I do have a speculation of my own in that department. If you look at the badge that Barbara Gordon has for Jim Gordon, if you look at the very top of it, you see an owl. So possibly the Court of Owls played a part in the death of Jim Gordon. And you'll be able to play the game completely solo or two-player co-op. However, unfortunately, there is going to be no local co-op, but I'm absolutely excited about this, being able to play solo or two-player co-op, just because being able to play as like Nightwing and Barbara Gordon is just, it makes me giddy, just because, I like them as a couple. The Belfry will be the team's main HQ within Gotham, and in the comics, the Belfry was built by Tim Drake to be the team's secret headquarters within Gotham. And if I remember correctly, he built it from the old Wayne Tower building, so that any crime happening in Gotham, they could immediately get there within minutes. Because, going from the Batcave to Gotham does take a little bit of a time. But here, with the Belfry within Gotham, they're just minutes away, and they can be more effective in their crime fighting. The game is open world with 5 boroughs for you to patrol. And the gameplay has been simplified, but it does feel kind of free-flow combat a little bit if you watch the gameplay trailer. And one thing that I did notice while watching the gameplay is you can see white circles appear around Mook's fists when they're getting ready to attack. So kind of like the Spidey Sense and the Arkham games, you can see the little white circles when they're about to strike. Each character is going to have their own special abilities, as shown by a bar that's broken up into 4 parts at the bottom. An example of this is that Batgirl, she can shoot out these like little mini drones, and Tim Drake will be able to use the Watchtower technology to teleport short distances, as well as turn invisible for stealthness. Enemies do have their own level number above their head, and you will be able to grow and level up each member of the Bat family, and all 4 characters can grow their weapons and gear by collecting materials from knocked out mooks. The Crime in Progress side missions do return, and you will be able to upgrade your gear and the look of each Bat family member with different armor or skins. So, example of this, you see Tim Drake, he's wearing a different Robin costume, as well as Batgirl, she has like the domino mask or like the traditional cowl, which I prefer the traditional cowl just because Batgirl's domino mask, it's just... domino masks alone just don't conceal your identity, but Batgirl's mask, you look at that and it's just like, you can tell, like anybody who knows Batgirl will be like, yeah, you're definitely Batgirl. Like that mask is not concealing your identity at all. And I'm also excited for this. It kind of feels like Injustice 2 in a way, that we'll be able to get materials and build our own like suits, as well as getting different skins. And there's a lot of possibilities for different suits that you can build. Some of my personal preferences I hope we see is kind of like, classic leather jacket, a Red Hood, or maybe we could get something like animated series for each character. So there's, the sky's the limit for skins. So as far as confirmed villains go, we saw Mr. Freeze in the gameplay trailer. He was trying to manipulate the weather to freeze Gotham. And obviously the Court of Owls. They're the only two that have been confirmed. However, if you remember, there was those cryptic, photos for Capture the Night. And one of them did look like the League of Assassins, or the League of Shadows emblem. So I'm going to guess we're going to see a Ra's al Ghul. And I can't wait for that if that's the case, because being able to play as Red Hood and talking to Ra's al Ghul is going to be very interesting, because they reference his resurrection in his character bio, and that's definitely going to be interesting. The soundtrack is going to be composed by The Flight. They did the music for Horizon Zero Dawn, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, and Odyssey. And the game is scheduled to release in 2021 for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, and 4 Pro, as well as Xbox One, Xbox One X, Xbox Series X, and PC. And damn, that's a mouthful to say all the different Xbox ones and get that right. You have no idea how many times I had to record that part just because I got tongue-tied. Just blah, blah, blah. And an interesting detail that I noticed for Red Hood is that it said he has adopted non-lethal tactics since he's working with the Bat family. And I hope that opens up a lot of gameplay, opportunities. So instead of shooting lead, he's going to be shooting rubber. And maybe we'll have like electric rounds or knockout rounds or knockout gas rounds, just different type of ammunition that he can load into his guns and do all sorts of like cool stuff. Batman has been confirmed to be non-playable, and that does kind of bum me out a little bit, but honestly, I'm really excited for a Bat Family game. I've been asking to be able to play as the Bat Family in a game for years now, and honestly, Batman's fans have had it pretty good in the last few years. We had the Arkham games, and then we had like Arkham Knight, as well as the Telltale Batman. So there have been plenty of games out there where we were able to play as the Dark Knight. And I'm really excited to be playing as the Bat Family now. And, of course, a Bat fan is never satisfied. Not being able to play as Batman is a bit of a bummer. But the fact that we're going to be able to play as the Bat Family just has me super excited. They have said that they are very interested in a post-launch content, and so maybe we could get more villain stories, more members of the Bat family, because there's a lot you can do with that. You can have, Batwoman, you can have Batwing, Catwoman, Huntress, just so many members of the Bat family that you can play around and have fun with. Maybe a post-launch Batman story arc, maybe. I know they said Batman's not playable, but maybe they just mean in the main game and they'll release some post-launch, Batman content. Maybe. I don't know. I'm just kind of speculating. So, my personal thoughts on Gotham Knights. Like I mentioned, I'm really excited to be playing as the Bat family instead of Batman, because we've got plenty of Batman games in the past, and a Bat family game just sounds exciting to me, especially with the co-op. Like I said, being able to play as, Dick Grayson and Barbara Gordon as a team just gets me all giddy inside. I do need to see more gameplay, because the gameplay trailer that we saw, it got me excited, but it didn't get me, too excited. I didn't completely lose my mind. I thought, this looks really interested, and I'm really interested in keeping up with this game and seeing more gameplay and more stuff that you'll be able to do, but I do need to see more to get me more excited for this game. I'm going to speculate that Batman is not dead, and that he has been captured by the Court of Owls. And maybe he's wandering around in the Court of Owls labyrinth, that you see in the Court of Owls book. Or maybe they've captured him, because remember the slogan for this, capture the night. So maybe the Court of Owls have captured Batsman, and they have brainwashed him into being a Talon. And we'll have a boss fight against, like, an Owl Man. Instead of a Batman, he's going to be like an Owl Man. That sounds pretty interesting. That'd be kind of awesome. So as far as the looks of the characters, Batgirl, it kind of reminds me of her Burnside look, where she had like the purple and yellow going on, and she like wore the leather jacket. I'm glad we can upgrade to a cowl, because like I said, that domino mask isn't concealing nobody's identity at all. Nightwing's look looks pretty standard. You know, that's the classic blue and black that we all know and love. I think it's a little excessive for the big blue shoulder pads, but honestly, I think it looks good. You know, that's a classic Nightwing look with the blue and black. Robin's look kind of reminds me of Damian Wayne in a way, especially in the tunic. In fact, a lot of people thought this was Damian Wayne when we first saw him. But no, this is definitely Tim Drake. He's using the collapsible staff that he's famous for. That is potential for, like I said, DLC post-launch. They could add Damian, you know, with like his sword and everything. That'd be cool. Red Hood's design reminds me of his New 52 look, where he had like the hoodie, and I think it looks good. I've always liked Red Hood's New 52 look. I'm just excited that, like, you know, maybe we can, you know, get his classic like leather jacket outfit. You know, definitely a lot of Red Hood outfits you can do, especially you could do like his the Batman Reborn Red Hood look. Maybe even his, like, Batman look he used in the Battle for the Cowl. So, lots of options here. They also mentioned that as you level up, the enemies are going to scale with you. So, an example of this is with the Mr. Freeze boss fight, that he can have different attacks and different defenses depending on your level. And that's a nice touch, you know, you're not going to be under-leveled or over-leveled, you know, they're going to scale with you, keeping the challenge, you know, pretty leveled, you know, you're not going to find anything too tough, but nothing too simple. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I want to hear from you in the comments below. Let me know about your thoughts about Gotham Knights. Are you excited for it? Are you really not excited about this game because it's RPG elements? You know, what is your speculations about this game? Let me know all of it in the comments below. And that's all the time I have for this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you like this episode, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and poke that bell icon to stay updated in all my videos. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next episode. You guys have yourself a fantastic day.